to briefly tell how Pastor Violet Kitely impacted me. It was just an honor and a privilege to be there with somebody that has been a carrier of such a presence. She was paralyzed and God healed her miraculously, and she's been around the world ministering. So it was such an awesome privilege for me to be there in her presence, and she carries such a presence that all I can do at one point was just weep. And I appreciate the impartation that she deposited at the Master's Touch. We will forever be changed and mindful of the impartation that she gave.
I thought that Sunday was awesome. And when I see what God can do through a human being, and at her age, she is strong for the Lord just as if she was a young woman. And I just thank God that this is an example for all of us to follow, that when you stick to the Lord and you're close to Him, He teaches you. He shows you His ways, and all we need to do is to totally depend on the Lord. But it really helped me in a way to say there's no age when it comes to knowing God and working for the Lord. There's no age barrier, because God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And once you make yourself available for the Lord, He will use you. And we have to focus on Him. There are times when we need to be quiet and listen to what the Lord is saying. And I get that straight away. I got that we need to listen more than we talk. Because everything, God has to give us revelation of what He wants to say to us and what He would like us to do. And I thank God for a lady like that. God bless her. It was an awesome service. Thank you.
You're holding the hand of greatness. You're holding the hand of elevation. You're holding the hand of expectation. And those of you that believe by faith that you're going to be next, loose those hands and give God glory.
Is correct, and I believe that he is. That rubric for many of us in the sanctuary would measure us small in stature. The height of many of our possibilities has become dwarfed by the fragility of our character. Many of you have not found your greatest level in God because you either have a short attention span or small thinking. You can't help but live underneath your destiny when you live in denial. Most people live in denial. More people live in denial than live in Korea, New York, Japan combined. And I really came as a consensus volunteer worker tonight to find out whether or not you are an illegal citizen of a place called denial. If you are, these are the stamps on the passport of your personality. A person who lives in denial, number one, believes they are above failure. They believe they're above failure because they believe they're too talented. They think they're too anointed. They believe they're too smart, or even they're too vain. That they have deluded themselves into believing that they'll never fail. The second character trait of somebody who lives in denial is somebody who embraces that it's never their fault. Whenever something goes wrong, they'll begin to rattle off all the people who should have supported them. It didn't work because I didn't have an adequate budget. Didn't come to pass because nobody likes me. It's not coming together because they're trying to sabotage my idea. Never their fault. The third way you know somebody lives in denial is everything has an excuse. Everything has an excuse. And you know two people off the top of your head right now, and two of them might be your children if you have teenagers. The fourth way that you know somebody is living in denial is that they take on the mind frame into thinking if they want something done right, the only way it's going to happen is if they do it themselves. Conference 2011, and what I feel bubbling, percolating in my spirit in this hour for 75 of you who can receive it into your spirit is God is saying, give me 1 hour to send somebody new into your life. And I know some of y'all, please don't jump yet, because I don't want you to block the person that really needs it. God says, all I need is 1 hour to send somebody into your life, watch this, who can underwrite your business idea. Give me 1 hour, help me. I'm going to raise up a teacher that's going to help your child get through the difficult subjects. Give me 1 hour, the doctor's going to call and say the x-ray was wrong. Give me 1 hour, God's got the power to break into the finance mortgage company and block the foreclosure from happening. Give me 1 hour. Whatever you've been dreaming about, this is not a revelation. It's getting ready to be confirmation. And I know some of y'all have been waiting on God to do something. But those of you that believe in the next 60 minutes, God is getting ready to send somebody who is going to confirm the call that is on your life. I dare you to celebrate a stranger. That God is getting ready. I can't hear nobody. I can't hear nobody. I can't hear nobody. Shout for 1 hour. What you getting ready to do in 1 hour? Be seated, please. Prayer that I want to teach you tonight. Quick prayer I want to teach you tonight, and I want you to pray it every day for the rest of this month. Every day for the rest of the month, I want you to pray this very simple prayer. My mother gave it to me my freshman year in college. I've been praying it every day ever since, and I now pass it over to you. Here's the prayer. Everybody repeat it after me. Lord, come on, say it like you know it. Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. Amen. Say it again. Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. Amen. Say it again. Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. Amen. Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. Amen. Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less. That's the point of the call. So you know it is not you, but it is the God that is over you. It is, and I hope some of you can get it. He said, what I'm getting ready to call, what I called you to do, you're getting ready to have supernatural success in. Watch this, when you don't even have a degree in it. Oh, I can't hear nobody in it. You haven't been trained in it. And here's for 15 of y'all, you don't even have a mentor. But God says, I'm going to give you success anyway, even when nobody ever showing you how to get it done. Whenever God calls you, watch this, it is counter to your background and counter to your training. Because like, hear me, God never gives you a call or dream or vision, I need you to hear me very clearly, that you can afford to do. If it is within your budget, it is not from God. Okay. Y'all just missed that. I said if it is in your budget, it is not from God. But whenever God gives vision, He always gives provision. I feel like I got some witnesses in the room. You had no idea how it was going to happen, but you had to trust God to do it. Those of you that have an outlandish and incredible or wild
dream, a wild dream that you want to handle in your lifetime, and it is the only thing that is blocking you is money. Would you lift your hand? If the only thing that is blocking you from doing it is money, lift up that hand. Now put that hand down. Let me ask a critical question. Now see when those of you who got faith really sitting in the sanctuary. How would you respond if I told you this year money will not be an issue? I'm going to give you the vision, but I'm also going to give you the provision to get it done. I have an unusual, if it is within your budget, it is not from God. Okay. Y'all just missed that. I said if it is in your budget, it is not from God. But whenever God gives vision, He always gives provision. I feel like I got some witnesses in the room. You had no idea how it was going to happen, but you had to trust God to do it. Those of you that have an outlandish and incredible, a wild dream that you want to handle in your lifetime, and it is the only thing that is blocking you is money. Would you lift your hand? If the only thing
Hi, my name is Rebecca Thompson. I attend the Master's Touch. Last night, Jamal Bryant was off the charts. He was talking about when you get closer to the fire. And this year, 2011, I am going to get closer to the fire.